Hi, I am Dr. Vasim Shaikh. In today's video, we will see how to measure using a Vernier Caliper, how to measure the least count and how to check the zero error of the vernier. So let us start. Before we start, let us see what are the different parts of the Vernier Caliper. So this is known as the external jaw. So this is used for measuring the external diameter or external length of the component, and this is called as the internal jaw. So this is used for measuring the internal diameter, and this is the depth blade. So this is used for measuring the depth of any component. So as you are moving or sliding the vernier caliper, all these three jaws or the blade, they are moving simultaneously. So before we start measuring any component, first of all we need to see what is the zero error or whether there is any zero error. So zero error basically means that the scale of the vernier caliper. So there are two scales in the vernier caliper. The one which is at the bottom, that is called as the vernier scale, and the one which is here is the main scale. So this is the main scale and this is the vernier scale, and this main scale and vernier scale are related to metric measurement. So these are there for metric measurements and we'll get readings in mm. And the top one, the scale which is there on the top, this is in inches. So you will get reading in inches, and this is the main scale for measuring in inches. This is the vernier scale for measuring in inches. So first of all we'll see what is the zero error. So zero error basically means that we need to see whether the zero of the main scale and the vernier scale is aligning properly. If it is not aligning properly, then we have a zero error. So here we can see that there is no error and the vernier scale and the main scale is aligning properly. And two more things are there here which I have to tell you, that this is the lock screw. So whenever you want to do any measurement and you need to lock the jaws, okay, there are two jaws, one is a fixed jaw and this is a movable jaw. So you need to lock these jaws, so you can just use this lock screw or locking screw. So the movable jaw is now fixed, it will not move. Similarly, we have one more locking arrangement here. This is for doing some fine adjustments. So this is for moving the vernier scale for doing fine adjustment, and this is for locking that particular fine adjustment which we have. But we generally don't use that because we are okay while using the scale only by locking this, or even we can use it without locking. So if you feel that while you are removing the component from the jaw it might move and it might create a change in the reading, so you can be rest assured and you can lock your readings, and then you can take out the component and see the measurement. So we were talking about the zero error. So there is no zero error and it is good for measurement. The next thing which we want to know is the least count. Is the least count of the vernier. So least count is nothing but it is, how much the least the vernier can measure. So here in this vernier it is already written that when we are dealing with the metric scale or the mm, it can read the least of 0.02 mm or 0.02 mm. Similarly in inches it can go and measure up to 0.001 inches. So that is the least it can measure. But most of the time that least count is not given, maybe if it is not there, or it is a very important question which is also asked in the Viva, that what is the least count of the vernier caliper. So it depends on vernier to vernier, but we can also count what is the least count. So for counting or measuring the least count of the vernier caliper, we need to find out what is the least that the vernier reads in on the main scale and we divide that with the divisions on the vernier scale. So on the main scale, if you see on the main scale, this is 1 mm, 2 mm, and the least which it can measure is 1 mm. So the least which it can measure is 1 mm. So this is the least which it can measure, and this is 1 mm, this is 2, 3, 4, 5, and then it goes up to 10, and finally the scale is very big and it can measure up to 150 mm. But the least it can measure is 1 mm. And now we need to see how many divisions are there on the vernier scale. So on the vernier scale there are 50 divisions. Let me show you that there are 50 divisions. So this is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 1 is nothing but 5 divisions are there, and here where 2 is written, that counts to be 10 division. So 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45 and 50 divisions. So 50 divisions are there. So the least count is 1 divided by 50, and then if you calculate that, it comes out to be 0.02 mm. So the least count comes out to be 0.02 mm, and we can do that calculation as we have seen. So let us write down that, because when we want to do the reading, we need to note all these readings and we'll write it down, that what is the least count and how we will calculate the reading. So here, as we have found out, the least count is 0.02 millimeter. Okay, so now let us take a component and then do the measurement and see how we can calculate. Okay, so the reading comes out to be the main scale reading plus the vernier scale reading into the least count. So we already got the least count, that is 0.02 mm. Now we'll take a component and then we'll see what is the main scale reading and the vernier scale reading. So this is a sample component which I have. So we'll see how we can measure it. So I have just putting it in the jaws. Okay, so I have taken this component and I have put that in the jaw. Now I am measuring the length of these components. So just as an example, I just got this component, and if you see the main scale reading here, so I'll try to focus it. So we will see what is the main scale reading. So here the main scale reading is 25, because it is in between 25 and 26 mm. So we have to consider the main scale reading as 25. So as we know, the reading here is 25 on the main scale. Now I will see which line on the vernier scale is coinciding with the line on the main scale. So the line which is coinciding is the line which is there on the fourth. The fourth line on the vernier scale is coinciding with the line on the main scale. So our first reading is 25. So let us write down that reading. So our first reading is 25. So let me write that down. So it is 25. So that is the first reading. Now, okay, so now fourth line is what division we have to see. So this is 5, this is 10, this is 15, this is 20. So it is 20. Okay, so I'll tell you why this 1, 2, 3 and 4 is given, because even we can take the reading directly. Okay, even we can take the reading directly. Now we just have to write down that we have the 20th division is coinciding with the main scale reading. Okay, 20th division is coinciding with the main scale reading. So the 20th division is coinciding with the main scale. So we have 20. Then now what is the least count? The least count is 0.02 mm. So when you do the calculation, the final answer comes out to be 25.40. Okay, So your answer is 25.40 millimeter, and even directly you can get that answer on the vernier caliper, so you don't have to do all that calculation which we have seen. So we have to see that it is between 25 and 26, so it is 25, then this line is coinciding and this line is coinciding, so it is 25.4. okay, so if suppose the next line after 4 would have been coinciding, just as an example, next line, then that would have been 4 2. okay, that would have been 25.42. if the next line after that would have been coinciding, then it would have been 25.44, then 25.46, 48 and 50. So you can see that directly we can take the reading. The only thing you need to see properly that which line is coinciding with the main scale. okay, so which line of the vernier scale is coinciding with the main scale, and that is how you get the reading. It is pretty simple. So once you know that how to measure and take the reading, you can do that for all the things. So I have done this by measure the length of this component. I can even do anything, like I can do, so I have this sample here. If I want to check the internal diameter, I'll just put these jaws internally and I can measure the internal diameter. And even we can do the depth measurement. I have a just to show you, it is not a component like that where we can do the depth measurement, but just to show you that we can even measure the depth of the component like this. okay, so this is hollow, but you can imagine that if this wouldn't have been hollow, you can easily do the depth measurement. okay, so this is how you are measuring the depth of the component by this depth blade. So I hope you understood about how to read the vernier caliper, and you can like the video, you can subscribe to my channel, you can share this with your colleague. Thanks a lot, all the best.